What's up, Bridal Babes? I hope you're ready for another exciting episode of your favorite local wedding show, Bridal Buzz. I'm your host, Kat, and today we're joined by Kayla Korn in the studio.
Hello.
We're going to have a really special episode today, kind of inspired by the Two Hot Takes podcast. If you've heard it before, you probably know what I'm talking about, but we are going to get into Reddit story reacts today. So Kayla is a wedding planner herself, and we are going to be reading wedding planning stories straight from Reddit, straight from the people, asking the questions, telling us the tea. So I hope you're ready. And quick shout out to today's sponsor, Limelight Photography and Video. And with that, let's get started. For those who don't know, Bridal Babes, Kayla's been in the studio a couple times to talk from her wedding expert opinion and also for her and her now husband's stories to be told. So I will put links to those places where you can access them easily here. So make sure you go and hear more from her, but tell me a little bit about where you're at in the wedding world now and what you're doing.
Yeah, definitely. So I am one of the head planners at Rest and Relics. So we're based out of Kerrville, but we really kind of service anywhere in Texas. Not really anywhere in Texas. That's a big step. Listen, maybe one day. But really like San Antonio, Hill Country, Austin, we're kind of expanding outward. So we really just kind of make brides' visions come to life. We do just day of coordination, really like those last 30 days, but then we also do full planning. So that's kind of where I'm at now, and I'm loving it, loving every second. So yeah, finally found my like niche.
Like a year ago, right?
Yeah, just over a year ago, October 23rd of 2021.
Wow, congratulations on like a year. That's so
Thank
exciting.
you. It came in like so quick. I don't even know how we're already past a year. I'm like, what have I done for a year? What have I done?
I don't know, but the It's Corn song came out, and I'm sure that has just been a game changer for your family.
If that song came out before, I talked about it, I was like, if that song was out before I walked down the aisle, I would have done the instrumental.
The really melodic version.
Oh, and my husband was like, yeah, I could see that. I'm like, I would have. There's no question about it. Yeah.
Or like your first dance. Like,
definitely.
100%.
It would have been played all night long, just constantly.
Yeah, and if you go and listen to Kayla and Charlie's episode, Bridal Babes, you'll understand that's just totally their vibe. Yep. Like, they're a super fun couple. So
thank you.
Let's start to get into it a little bit. Some of these stories are dramatic. Some of them are just like genuine questions. So I hope everybody's ready to dive into Weddit, aka Wedding Reddit. Dun, dun, dun.
Let's get to the good stuff.
Okay, so this first story was posted on the wedding planning subreddit by LLL-Island2, or maybe Ill Island 2.
We'll see.
Up to interpretation. The title is, I Just Want This to Be Over With.
Oh, no.
I know.
That already doesn't sound good.
I love my fiance. I am happy we are getting married, but I always pictured myself eloping and enjoying an extended honeymoon in a faraway vacation destination with a day that was just about us. However, my fiance really wants his family to be at our wedding, and so we have booked a venue in our hometown. I feel like I am now expected to make all the wedding decisions because I am the bride, and I didn't even want this wedding to begin with. The food, drinks, music, decor, guest list, save the dates, invites, registry, rentals, florals, everything is on me. Not to mention my family is the one paying for this wedding. We want to keep it small, but even with us trimming our guest list down, we still have about 100 people we think will come. I am so stressed out about this and have had multiple sleepless nights. Shouldn't planning a wedding be fun and exciting? I am dreading this next year and don't want any of this. I also have a licensure exam to study for, and every time I study, I feel guilty, like I should be doing stuff for the wedding instead. Does anyone else feel this way? Is anyone else tired of it all being on the bride? I have no idea what to do. Thank you for listening to my rambling.
Ugh, my heart.
I know.
God, that, like... It's one of those things where, like, you know, you think about a wedding and you think that you have to do the save the dates, you have to do the bridal shower, you have to do all these things because that's what social media tells you have to do. That's what tradition tells you have to do. You know, so I really try and tell everybody, if you don't want to send those save the dates, if you just want to send an email to everybody, do that. Take that stress off of you. If you have other things in your life that are more important or things that you want to put your efforts to, do that instead. So for her, I mean, that also hurts my heart because I'm like, man, I want every person to feel happy about their wedding day, but maybe just try and like take a step back and like don't feel like you have to do every single part of a wedding because it's what's expected of you. Right. Make your wedding, even though, you know, it's not, you didn't want this big wedding, make it more tailored towards you guys, you know, think about what's really important to you on the day of and try and bring in those intimate kind of elopey materials into just a bigger wedding.
Yeah. Yeah, like make those intimate moments throughout your day for sure.
Exactly.
If you can't communicate to your partner now that you feel like you're being put in a position that you didn't want to be put into,
or even overwhelmed, and just even if it is what you wanted, but just overwhelmed,
like expressing like it's a bit too much for you, then you're going to be running into some serious issues along the way. So
that's very true.
So for me, I'm just like, I'm glad that they were able to compromise on a small wedding still here. They didn't have to fly anywhere, but I feel like the groom in this situation needs to at least recognize that this is 50% his date.
Exactly.
And in that compromise, he needs to meet his partner halfway for sure.
Definitely. No, I agree. Like, have him take over some of the booking the vendors, or have him just start communicating things that are, would make him happy, because it's a lot of pressure on the bride to make sure, and everyone expects the bride to do it. Yeah. We always do. Yeah. And, the day of comes and you always just kind of joke around, oh yeah, well, you planned a great wedding and good job, groom. You just did a good job showing up today. Yeah. No, make him take a little bit more of the responsibility, if this is what he wanted and if this is something that was important to him, then he needs to kind of step up. It's 100%. A great point.
And I think I don't really blame the modern groom for not being involved, because it was kind of implanted in, young boys' brains that it's the bride's day and
you get one big decision and that's it.
Yeah. And maybe that was our parents' generation that was like kind of ingraining that. But the more we see couples our age getting married, I love hearing grooms that are involved and like made the decision on the flavor of the cake, or like actually said, I don't like that shade of green. Can we go with something a little bit more this way? And like, it is 50% your day. If your family might not be contributing 50-50, but it is the coming together of two families. And so let's see what the top comments were here. Top comment: don't plan the wedding. Seriously, if you don't want it, don't plan it. If your husband wants a wedding, he can plan it with your parents. It's a lovely opportunity for bonding too.
I mean, that's very true. I agree. I like that.
Concise.
Yes.
To the point.
Straight to the point. I love it.
And I love like the family bonding part of that too.
It's make it an opportunity to bond with your in-laws.
Exactly.
I don't know, wedding planning can get a little dicey sometimes, so they may have to go ups and downs, but it's still bonding.
Yes. Yeah. The tough times bring you closer together.
Amen.
Yeah. So that's it for that story. Okay, this next one is about wedding guest issues. Advice. Okay, so wait. This is on, again, the wedding planning subreddit by Pagingron. Pagingron. Okay. Advice about a guest and her drinking. My fiance, 26, and I, 27, have a relatively big friend group. One member of the group has had an ongoing issue with excessive drinking for the past few years that has gotten much worse as of recently. This includes drinking all day prior to events and continuing to drink to the point of blackout at the event. Here are some examples of her past behavior for context. At a mutual friend's wedding last year, she got extremely intoxicated and began harassing other guests. She was talking to the groom's mother, confessing her love for the groom, and generally being belligerent and disrespectful. She continued drinking, passed out on the dance floor, and smacked her head on the ground. The wedding party and guests had to call her an ambulance, which obviously ruined the mood of the reception. Obviously. The following morning, when our friends tried to talk to her about her drinking and what had happened, she acted offended and refused to apologize or admit she had a problem. There's like multiple situations that they've listed out. Let's see. Okay. On multiple occasions, she has been asked by the group not to drink at gatherings. We have even planned social events that intentionally excluded alcohol and explicitly told her so ahead of time. In these instances, she brought a flask and hid her drinking from the group until it was unavoidably obvious. Obviously, we are worried about the litany of different outcomes and liabilities that could occur at our wedding. We feel she could be a danger to herself, a hazard to our vendors and decor, and a nuisance to our other guests. Our friendship with her has been less close-knit than others in the friend group, so we don't feel comfortable talking to her about her drinking when they haven't even been able to get through to her. Of course, the easy solution would be not to invite her to the wedding. However, nothing is really that easy. This is a friend we see fairly often, and she is someone who is very quick to cause drama if she feels ousted or offended. We're worried that not inviting her could cause a rift within the friend group later on the road. I've seen other people on here mention doing a cash bar to limit guest drinking, but A, I don't want other responsible people to suffer just because of her. And B, she will probably just sneak in her own alcohol anyway. I'm not looking for a perfect answer, but any suggestions you might have would be greatly appreciated.
Oh my word.
That's a big complex situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, first off, sounds like Sis's drinking is a bigger problem than just
coming to the
social
wedding.
gatherings.
Yes.
Yeah, like that's a personal thing that she needs to deal with on her own mental, physical health level.
Yeah.
Besides that, though, for her wedding.
For the wedding. Just strictly for the wedding.
Yes,
first off,
we put it out there. She's not in a healthy place.
Yes. Just want to make sure we say that.
Yes.
Strictly for a wedding, first off, I hope that you have your wedding insurance because it sounds like you may need it if she's coming to the wedding. I'm trying to think what I would do.
Right.
Because simply for me, I probably would not invite her to the wedding.
Right.
But then it's like what she said. I don't want it to cause future rifts down the line. Oh, gosh.
Yeah. For me personally, I'm just like, if you guys are in a friend group that has just kind of turned a blind eye
kind of
to
let it
this,
go.
like,
Yeah.
Isn't it okay if you kind of like distance yourself down the road from this whole
if
group
we're being
of people?
very like blunt, like
right?
I wouldn't want to associate myself with people who just kind of let this go or have let it, because she even said like we're close, but we're not the type of people that then should bring it up.
Yeah, it's like
so you're kind
surface level friends.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're saying the friends that have had these big incidents happen on their big days or even just other events and social gatherings, it sounds like they're the closer friends. They need to start saying something.
Yeah.
I'd say to start distancing yourself from this person because you only get this day once.
Yeah.
And do you really want to look back and because as a past bride, if I had anything like that happening on my date, that would only be the only thing I thought about all day long.
Or if I knew someone was coming that was like unhinged like that, it would be in the back of my mind
all day long.
Yeah.
And just making sure that she's okay, making sure that we're like there's no drama.
Right.
I would have been like talking to my planner and being like, how's it going out there?
Bartender has a picture behind the bar.
Exactly.
Like,
and you don't want to do that. And that's also the other thing. Like I know with something that we do, like if something big or someone, because how she said that she was kind of harassing some of the other vendors or anything like that. There's people who have contracts where if they get harassed, like by any mean, verbal, like anything like that, they're gone.
Wow.
So it's like, just imagine if that's your bartenders or just imagine if it's your DJ or your planner who is running the entire day and that happens. What are you going to do without your DJ?
Oof.
Your wedding's done. Let's just say that's at 6:00 at night before the night's even got started. Like, do you really want, for someone who's not a huge part of your life, just kind of a casual friend,
part of an extended friend group?
Yes. Do you really want that to possibly ruin your whole day?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'd say just let's start distancing ourselves from her and maybe the friend group in general.
I've had to give soft notices of not being invited to my wedding to people who I have had to decide for me and my partner and my guests' emotional and physical well-being that they can't be there. And that has not been easy. It took me a long time to draft up what I was going to say.
You like prep yourself to have to like...
And I like hit send while I wasn't looking at the phone.
Yeah, put your phone away for like hours afterwards. You're like, oh, sorry, I had no service.
Yeah, like it's not an easy thing to do, but... No. For my own mental health, I had to put it out there and not have people talking about it. Like the worst thing would be this group of friends being like, oh, I don't know. Are you invited? Like you haven't got the invitation yet. So that's weird. And like, I don't know. She kind of mentioned that your drinking is a problem. Like this bride needs to be very direct. And maybe that's just me and like who I am as a person.
No, I agree though. Like just don't like beat around the bush.
Yeah.
You just need to like tell her, but then also tell the other part of the friend group. Just say, hey, these are the reasons why I'm not inviting her. And I hope that doesn't cause issues between us later down the line. But for my day and just with past experiences, it's a no-go for me.
Preach. Drop the mic.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if there's any good comments on here. Top comment is, honestly, I don't think you want her at your wedding.
Sounds like it, honestly.
And if she asks why, you need to give her some tough love and say it's because of her drinking problem. Sadly, someone with an alcohol problem usually has to hit rock bottom before they get help. I have 3 people in my life who are alcoholics, same actions as your friends, and while 2 have got help and are now clean and sober for years, the 3rd has not. Tough love is as hard on you as it is on them, but sometimes your last resort. Exactly. Like...
perfectly.
I kind of gave like a soft, tough love recommendation, but you be as tough as you want, girl.
Yeah.
Like,
whatever feels comfortable to you.
yes, because I mean, it could be just like I know that it's been discussed, your behavior in public, and while I haven't said that to you directly, like, I just don't feel comfortable having that kind of behavior at my own wedding, around my family. Like, this is not a college frat party.
Yeah.
Like, my grandparents will be
will be
there.
there. Yeah, exactly.
Like, we'll leave it at that.
Mic drop.
Yeah, my grandparents will be there. Okay. All right.
Ugh.
I know.
That
Hard
one's tough.
situation,
That one's
right?
tough. Yeah.
Okay. This one's a little bit, I mean, it's not easier, but it's a lot shorter at least. This one was also on the wedding planning subreddit. Getting ahead of myself here. This was written by Underhill Ave. Anyone else not been given away? Not a lot to say about this. My father and grandfather have passed away. My best friend is officiating. Can I just walk my darn self down the aisle? Haha.
Heck yes, girlfriend. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had people who their dads are still kicking and they've walked themselves down the aisle. Really? For me, that was a big part. I wanted my dad to have that moment, but I don't care. Do your thing. If you want to just be your own person and not have to deal with this whole giving away or who gives this woman, anything like that, that's so traditional. It's so back in the day. And I feel like our generation now is more like, I'm giving myself away. I'm making this decision.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, no. Yes. Do your own thing.
Yeah. I didn't even think about it like that, too. It's like no matter what your relationship is with your dad, like, you can make that decision.
You just may want that moment for yourself and yourself only.
Yeah. Maybe you don't, like, support the concept of being given away.
Yeah. If you think about it, it's a little weird. But, I mean, I totally am for that.
Yeah. But I think no matter what, it's definitely something to talk about with your officiant so that they know.
Yes.
Because that would be really awkward if they ask
who gives this woman and there's
no one.
Yeah. Mom's in the back, me.
Somebody I volunteer as tribute.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and well, especially because her officiant is a friend, or was it?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, then just have that conversation. Just say, hey, let's skip right past that.
Yep.
Moving on.
Walk your darn self down the aisle.
Yeah, I'm here for it. Yes.
Yeah, top comment. Of course you can walk yourself down the aisle. I was at a wedding last Sunday and one of the brides walked down the aisle by herself. No one thought anything of it. Yeah, I agree. I think recently I was at a wedding and the dads were there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
And she walked down the aisle by
have her own
herself.
moment.
Yeah, because and then like some people's dresses, like, don't take that from me. Do you see how big that is?
Do you see the moment that
I don't
this
need it
is?
squashed on one side.
No.
Sorry, Dad, love you, but
The bouquet, the dress, no. It's all its moment.
Yeah, we get our first look moment and whatever, and
Yeah,
you're welcome.
I saw a TikTok the other day that the bride's dad had passed away, and she was like, there's only one person I'd want to walk me down the aisle, and it was her husband, her future husband. So he waited at the end of the aisle for her. But I was like, okay, that's dope. But I'm like, walk yourself down the aisle.
Yeah.
Love that.
Do what you want.
Mm-hmm.
It's your wedding.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. What's it? Like BK, you can have it your way. It's your wedding. Do it the BK way.
Do it the BK way.
Classy. Okay. Fun fact for those who are not on Weddit yet, this is the biggest wedding subreddit, and it's wedding shaming. And it's not like shaming, well, sometimes it is shaming the bride for her decisions, but it's more so like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this guest wore this outfit, or like just like ridiculous stories about like, I was invited to be a +1 and now I'm expected to contribute to their wedding gift and like all these things. And it's, like,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay.
So it can be all over the place. This is under the greedy subsection. So it's again under the wedding shaming subreddit, written by Queasy Ad 6741. Love your name. Okay. Cousin asks for $2,000 for his cousin to attend the wedding. Just overheard this from a colleague at lunch. Her partner is invited to his cousin's wedding, which is being held at a winery. He is not going to be part of the wedding party. There's been a conversation within the family, with the groom directing the cousins and close friends to gift $2,000 each, per person, not per couple. No word on how much the immediate family are being asked to gift. His mom has suggested that they pay up and charge the same with interest when they get married. I've suggested that they respectfully decline the invitation. And that's the end. What would you do in that situation?
Not go to the wedding. I mean,
$2,000?
and just a gift.
Yeah. Not even for your travel, for your outfit, for...
Yeah, because I think it would be different if they, if it was a destination wedding and it was like, hey, we're going to book everything for you, hotel, stay, all your food, everything like that. And then we'll also have the wedding. It's going to be $2,000. And it's kind of like a travel agent.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
kind of
your
thing,
gift to me is the $2,000 toward the wedding.
Yeah, it's for you to be there for the full weekend kind of thing. I don't have $2,000 to give.
No.
For just even myself. But then if you're bringing a +1, that's $4,000.
Yeah, per couple. That's
even
insane.
If my bestest friend asked for that, I'd tell her, no, I'm good.
No, so love you. Catch you at your next wedding.
I'll buy you Starbucks on Monday, but I'm not going to be buying $2,000.
Yeah, like 200 maybe if I really love the person.
Maybe.
But like I feel like traditionally it's like whatever the cost of your like the average wedding meal costs, like $30 to $70 is okay.
Yeah, because I mean, if this wedding is $2,000 per head per person, I want to go to that wedding.
Yeah, would you want to pay $2,000?
No, I don't want to pay it, but I want to go to that wedding. I just want to be a fly on the wall at that wedding. I don't know what you could do.
I want to be VIP at some music festival for $2,000.
Yeah,
and
but
be
also
treated like a queen.
Is it weird? It's weird to ask
to set a number.
To set a number and to be like that's what's required for you to gift.
Yeah, like you must give at least $2,000.
Not even like, hey, if you're gonna buy a gift, buy something that's like $200 over or over.
Like, don't even bother coming if you're not gonna put the money on the table.
If you're not gonna give me a check for $2,000, oh, bring in a plus. Yeah, like that's weird.
$2,000 or bust.
God. Yeah. No, I don't like that.
I would probably like have to go have jaw surgery because I wouldn't be able to close my mouth after hearing that news.
Like,
yeah, I'd be stuck. I'd be like, doctor, help me.
Yeah, no, I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, so top comment, that's insane in so many ways. That's a hard pass. Sounds like they're using family to bankroll the wedding.
Yep.
Not okay at all. Which again, like you said, it's like, if that is the case, just say, this is the cost of the wedding. We want you to be here. If you could, which I've never heard of this, so I don't know if that's a thing. Like,
it's still just crazy.
I know, like,
because if you think about it, like planning a wedding, you don't just pay everything at the end.
No.
So it's like,
right.
What are you
doing until you get
you putting it all on a credit card,
donations,
and then the day after your wedding, you're gonna go cash in all the checks and then pay off the credit card.
Interest because you haven't been paying at all this whole time. Wouldn't be me. I'll tell you what. Like that is just crazy. And yeah, so bridal babes, if you're wondering if you should demand a number amount from your guests, answer's no.
Hard no.
If you're wondering if that number amount is somewhere close to the thousands range, it's going to be a no.
Hard no.
Maybe one of your grandparents has a couple thousand saved for you somewhere. Maybe.
That's a maybe.
Or maybe they're just going to bring you to ice cream. Like,
yeah, hey, they may get you a toaster.
Yeah, like
you should be thankful for that.
So, this is on the wedding subreddit. Okay. Tried and true. This was written by Dan Bronson. Alternatives to a DJ dancing? Ideas welcome. My fiancé and I are getting married September 30th next year. We'll be 37 and 38, and almost all of our friends and family present will be 35 plus. Not a big party animal crowd. I know if we have a DJ, the dance floor will be empty for most of the night. Instead, I was thinking we could rent a nice karaoke setup. Lots of our guests like karaoke. Have some games set up outside, maybe a photo booth. I'd like to use the space as much as possible and keep it constantly fresh and fun for people so they can walk around and stay engaged. The venue is an old heritage home that's been turned into a restaurant. There's a large lawn and garden, tent that fits about 100 people, and 2 to 3 big open rooms inside. Any suggestions?
Oh yeah, I'm here for like the lawn games. Anything like the photo booth is always a fun opportunity. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, if you want to do karaoke, I would not do karaoke because I don't want to be doing karaoke on my wedding day. But if you want to do karaoke, or like we had a bride that we had no dancing, not even a first dance. But they just had their favorite band come and just play background music.
And people were just chatting.
We were just chatting, hanging out. And yeah, I mean, so it's really whatever you want. But I'd say, yeah, do karaoke or find a, local band that can just play some music during dinner, or so it's just not silent in there. Yeah. Or even just create a playlist that is background music, not dancing music. Mm-hmm. But if you're not a big dancing crowd, don't force yourself to have this traditional you know, we're having a DJ.
Lights
we have
out,
to dance.
music
Exactly.
up. Yeah.
Yeah. Have a string quartet play all night long. So it's just classical and something filling the room.
Yeah.
But I agree.
Yeah. And maybe like they're saying little stations where like I've seen people have paint by number, which is super cute, and just different ways to keep the guests engaged.
Entertained. And,
it doesn't say here how long their wedding is going to be lasting. So I'm assuming since they're saying they're an older crowd, not a big party animal crowd, it's probably not going to be like till midnight.
Yeah, because that could make a huge difference. Like our wedding that didn't have any dancing, we were out by 7:00. Like, so, you know, it's maybe think about, oh, maybe I don't have to rent it for till midnight, you know, think about when you're actually going to realistically get out of there and try and fill your space or your time then.
Yeah, I'm almost like, this sounds like it would be a fun daytime wedding because being able to see in the lawn and play lawn games until the end of the party. And maybe the party just ends right after they eat dinner, you know, like,
or like an hour afterwards and call it.
Yeah. And you do speeches and then you say your adieus.
Yeah.
That could be interesting. I feel like a lot of people are kind of taking their own spin on receptions because they've been so traditionally laid out for so long. I've seen somebody that was doing like a heavy hors d'oeuvres, like just kind of like an extended cocktail hour, like no official sit down meal, no official start and stop. It's just kind of like have a good time. Food will be passed out the whole night. Cake will be cut at a certain point, but there's no like official dinner, and like stop and watch the bride and groom do their dance and the speeches and everything that makes you kind of stop the flow of the night. So
because it breaks up the whole evening instead of just having it just come a very fluid kind of after ceremony party.
So like to each their own, and like when you don't have people waiting to dance, you could probably have some more speeches and take advantage of that downtime and really make the most of it. And with 100 guests, it's a very intimate wedding anyway. So cool. Love the ideas, and it seemed like they had some pretty good ideas themselves too. And this wasn't like a huge popular post, but the top comment did say, I feel like your ideas are good. Games and karaoke, maybe like cornhole if your crowd is into that, in a photo booth. Before we keep going, I'm going to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Limelight Photography and Video. Bridal babes, if you are planning your wedding, looking for your photography and videography solutions, Limelight is the solution for you. Here in San Antonio, they have both options in-house. The images and the videos they capture are timeless and true to you as a couple. So make sure you check out Limelight Photography and Video today on sanantonioweddings.com to learn more about what they can do for you. And we're back to Bridal Buzz. Okay, so this one I was very entertained by, just because I've never heard this before.
Oh man, I'm interested. So, you got me.
Sold. Take it away, Kat. Okay, so this is on the wedding subreddit, and it was written by Throwaway Wedding 790, which if you are not familiar with Reddit, people have throwaway accounts so that they can post things and not be like identified by them.
A little more free.
Yes. Speak their mind a little bit more and not have dad find this post and know that it was them that posted it. My dad has started saying he won't come to my wedding if he can't bring his dog. I'm honestly wondering if I'm being completely unreasonable here. So like the title says, my dad has asked me if he can bring his dog to the wedding. Not interested in getting overly personal, but we did not have a close relationship while I was growing up. He was and is an alcoholic. My adult relationship with him is cordial. We see each other about once a year, and I call him on his birthday and Father's Day. I'd say mostly casually non-existent. My parents are divorced. I don't know the dog other than I know it's a puppy, but at least a few months old. He is insisting he needs to bring it or he can't come. It's not a service dog of any kind. Part of the problem is our dog is a part of the wedding, and I've hired a dog sitter to be her handler, make sure she behaves, and take her back home after the ceremony. He just plans to have his puppy the whole time and let it run amok, I guess. I'm worried about the possibility of dog drama, the presence of a puppy causing my dog to act out, and just overall how disruptive a very young puppy can be. Apparently he doesn't understand any of this and is only hearing that my dog is allowed and his isn't. He called my mom, they're divorced, to yell at her about it. I haven't even said no yet. I said, let me ask the venue and I'll get back to you. I just don't understand why he can't hire a dog sitter, boarding. Or has he never left the dog alone before? So bizarre. Am I the crazy one?
First off, dog drama.
I know. The first time I've heard, I'm nervous there'll be dog drama. Should be a Netflix reality TV show.
I'm here for it.
Next up on Dog Drama, the wedding edition.
Okay.
Not to laugh at your problems.
No, sorry.
Throwaway wedding 740.
Wow. Honestly, the fact that it's a puppy makes it even worse.
I know. I'm like, even if it were, like, I don't even know where to start with that. But yeah, like.
It's a puppy.
Yeah.
Like, maybe if it was like a senior dog and we were a little worried that he wasn't going to make it.
He was like going to be sleeping all night anyways.
Exactly. Like, but it's a puppy.
And like, seems like Bride has never even met the dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't know the behavior of the dog. Like, most young pups I know it's a very slim chance that they're potty trained.
Exactly.
Like, my worst nightmare would be wearing a big white dress and having a random puppy walking around.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree with that. But also, like, it makes me, like, on a bigger issue, I mean, hurts that the dad and her do not have much of a relationship. Yeah. But I feel like this is him trying to make it more about himself and kind of be a bigger deal at the wedding than he maybe feels like he will be, or that he really will be.
Yeah, like grab more attention.
Exactly.
Yeah, it is. It's like people literally are like bringing their puppy around just so people will look at them more.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we see that everywhere. People in Target have their dogs in their cart and you're like, oh my God, they're going to get all this attention. So, I mean, if he has a cute puppy, maybe he's thinking it's going to draw a little more attention.
I didn't even think about it that way. Yeah.
I mean, because, if I love my dad and I love his dogs, but if that was like a hard thing for him, I'd be like, I love you, but you got to keep those dogs at home.
Picking the dogs over your daughter is just crazy to me, though. And I feel like it just probably says a lot about the dad's behavior over the years. Like, sounds like a lot of ultimatums and a lot of like, well, if it's not my way, then it's the highway kind of attitude.
And at the end of the day, the only one that can feel like that is the bride and groom because it's their wedding day.
Literally.
You know what I mean? And like, if he wants to, and why can't he just pay for somebody to either just watch his dog if let's say it's out of town, okay, so leave it at the Airbnb or board it while you're out of town, or have you never left the dog alone ever?
Or if you were like so uncomfortable leaving the dog, hire a rover walker for 2 hours or something and leave the wedding early, because obviously you are more concerned about that
the dog than your daughter.
But at least watch your daughter walk down the aisle, without your dog in your lap. Like, because where's that puppy going to sit at the ceremony?
Well, I was going to say, that's the question. Is the dad walking the daughter down the aisle? Because if he is, who's going to be watching that puppy?
Like, are children allowed at this wedding? I don't think she mentioned. But, like, if you don't, like, I'm not allowing young babies.
Yeah.
That sounds like a rapper. Young babies not allowed at my wedding. No, they're going to have, like, a little daycare center at my wedding. Anyone under the age of, like, 12 will be eating pizza and watching a movie for the first hour and a half of my wedding. So, like, if someone came to me and said, I have this puppy dog, I can't even take it seriously. I have this puppy dog. It's make or break. And also, I am your father. Like, not just a guest, like the father of the bride.
Yeah. And
the audacity.
I just, that's honestly the perfect way to say it. I mean, like I said, it would be so different if it was like, this is the dog that you grew up with. Like, this was your childhood dog, or dog's not doing so hot, so we can't leave him alone. But like, no, it's a hard no for me.
Laughing at the fact that like this is the most complicated thing she's dealing with right now too. It's like, of all the stresses of wedding planning,
this is the biggest one for her.
Dog drama. # dog drama. #drama. So, top comment, which has 348 upvotes and an award, which means someone literally like was like, you deserve money for this. Call his bluff. If being with your dog for a handful of hours is more important than being at my wedding, then that's your choice. You have until XYZ to inform me of your decision. I do not want to hear from you until then, because yet again, your priorities have hurt me. Full stop. You deserve to be treated as if you are valued. Thank you, Starry Decises.
Yep. You know what? I completely agree.
And And then someone says after that, and don't let him try to guilt you. Your
No.
wedding is about you and your partner. He's making this day all about him by making a fuss. It's your wedding, not a puppy play date. Dog drama at the puppy play date.
Listen, they can hang out after the ceremony or after the wedding.
Post puppy party.
Post puppy party.
So, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All in all, I think a lot of these just come down to communication. And I did just recently have an episode with Priscilla from Modern Wellness Counseling. So, Bridal Babes, go listen to that if you're having trouble communicating with the people close to you about how you want your wedding to be and not how they want your wedding to be. That's a good one. So, I'll put a little linky.
Yeah, it is. It's all communication on between you and your partner, you and your family, you and the dog.
Exactly. Like, yeah, sit that dog down,
Have
ask
a
him.
be like, puppy dog.
So puppy.
So puppy.
That was so like Virginia.
Why you want to come?
So puppy.
So puppy.
What are you doing over there? Why do you want to come to my wedding? But really though, like, yeah, puppy needs to tell the dad, Daddy-o.
Yo, dog. This ain't it.
Yo, dog. Back to real wedding world.
Right. Okay. Big problems.
Where we can give positive contributions.
Yes.
Okay. This is under the wedding planning subreddit by Occasional Eventer. Wow. That's a score of a name.
Great name. Jealous.
How much to buy that name? Okay.
God.
And this is under a section called Everything Else. So I guess it's just kind of like a general.
Everything
Yeah,
else.
it's like anything. Bathroom baskets, yay or nay? Hi, Weddit. One of the last items on our checklist is to gather items for bathroom baskets. Things like spray deodorant, perfume, cologne, sanitary napkins, mouthwash, etc. Has anyone done these? If so, were they used or were they a waste of money? Wondering if we should just skip over it. Thank you, smiley face.
Okay. So I feel like in theory, these are great. Like, you think, okay, yeah, all my guests will.
Lifesaver.
Yeah, it's going to be a lifesaver. It's going to be amazing. They don't get used. I don't see them get used.
See, I was like, I feel like this is going to be a good one because I don't know.
Yeah, they don't get used. We even have like a couple venues that have kind of like emergency packs in the bathroom. So it has lotion, it has deodorant, it has, all your sanitary items, it has tissues, everything like that. They don't get touched. Yeah.
Wow.
And, maybe here and there, my thing that I wish I would have done at our wedding is instead of like those little helpy, I would have done like snacks. Put some
I was just
Cheez-Its
thinking
in
like
there.
some M&Ms, some
Yeah.
mints.
Yeah,
Like,
because you know what? If you're had a couple drinks and you're in the bathroom and you're like fixing up your makeup, you're like, oh my gosh, there's some goldfish. Can you imagine?
Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Can
Come
you
to mama.
imagine?
Yeah.
Like that's like what I wish I would have done because that would have been so amazing.
That's
like
so fun. Or like in between, if like the bathrooms are next to each other, like a basket of food in between them.
Yeah.
Just some snacks. I love that.
yeah, just kind of like so yeah, it's if you're gonna do the basket for the bathrooms, don't go overboard.
Yeah.
Just do something really small. Do something that, like maybe for the women's bathroom, have all like the personal, like feminine items, because you never know.
Yes.
For the men, do like some breath mints or do, just do little things, but don't go overboard.
Yeah.
Don't spend a ton of money on them. If you can't find them at like the Dollar Tree, don't put them in there. Like, don't, oh gosh, sorry. Don't waste a ton of money because I just don't see them being used very much anymore.
And I feel like maybe if it's something that you're okay having left over, like hair ties.
Yeah.
For me, I can never have enough hair ties. So if I got 200 hair ties and put it in that bathroom and no one took a single one, I'd be okay with it.
I'd be fine. Bobby pins,
Yeah.
perfect.
Oh.
I always lose them.
I'd
so
be
might
like,
as well.
please no one take any of them.
Yeah. And also the thing is if that's the case, then like you need to talk to your planner or whoever is in charge of picking up all your stuff and making sure that you get that back. Because we've had it where it's like you just forget about it because it's in the bathroom.
Yeah, like they don't know if it's
I don't
the
go and clean up the
venues or-
bathrooms.
yeah, like
exactly.
nobody's thinking about
Yeah,
that.
so if you're like, putting things in there that you're hopeful you'll get back if there's leftovers.
If you got like that
make sure to-
$30 basket that you shouldn't have
Exactly.
gotten.
Exactly. Yeah. If you spent
I
$40
need
on
that
an ice
basket.
basket. Yeah, exactly. Like let whoever is picking up all your decor and stuff, remind them to go pick up that bathroom basket.
Okay. Yeah, so this the first one. Bathroom baskets are the kind of thing that are great if they're, but no one cares if they're not. They will probably be used to some extent, but YMMV. These internet acronyms, I'm like,
YMMV.
but you might.
You-
You might vent occasionally, because that's what they're called.
Interesting.
I'm gonna have to look that one
That one's
up.
gonna get me for a while. YMMV.
So that none of us are left unsettled after this
Thank you. 'Cause
episode.
I would literally have to go home and be like,
YMMV Reddit.
you might.
Your mileage may vary. Who in God's earth came up with
Why
that
should we
one?
just start using that everywhere? just to confuse people.
Like in a literal sense, like, yeah, on my way home it's like 30 to 45 minutes, but YMMB. Hello?
Your mileage may vary.
Who made that up? I give up. I'm tapping out. The
It's a bad
internet
one.
will never
I
see
don't
me
like that
again.
one.
Like,
I
and the
can
fact that
usually
they
get
just
'em.
put that once.
Just like chill.
Like,
Just YMMV.
who in this comment list did not have to look that up? And that's my real question. Like, I bet you
Yeah,
every
we need to
single person
respond
who
with that.
responded to that comment, because I had 295 upvotes, so apparently
It's
YMMV.
I guess it's a thing that we just don't even know.
that's on being on the cusp of Gen Z and millennial. I just am.
I have no. Well, actually, yeah, I'm just full.
You're just
millennial.
full blown millennial. She's even worse off than me.
I am. Really would have never gotten
Yeah.
your mileage will may vary.
Okay. Bridesmaid drama. Dun dun dun.
There's always drama.
So this is under the wedding planning subreddit by Specialist Media 175. Am I overreacting for making a dress deadline a deal breaker? I, 29 female, am getting married in March 2023. I have this friend, Sarah, who's a bridesmaid. Sarah is in quotes.
Oh, okay.
So that's probably like
It's
a fake name.
I was like, wow, she just really laid it all.
Not really, Sarah, are you?
Okay, sorry.
I've known Sarah for about 10 years now. She wasn't always an unreliable friend, but the last few years it's been pretty bad. She gets into relationships and all but ghosts our friend trio. I got engaged in December 2021, and when I came home from my trip, I dropped her off a little Christmas gift and showed off my ring. She almost immediately asked if she was going to be a bridesmaid, and obviously I said yes. I plan to ask her anyway, so that's not a problem. We've, myself and our third friend in the trio, been having other problems with her since to that point where after my wedding, we're going to probably let the friendship fizzle out. Obviously, I didn't know that when I told her she'd be a bridesmaid. I haven't seen her since that day. She still hasn't received her proposal box. It's a whole thing. Anyways, months ago, I put it on everyone's radar that October would be the month to buy the bridesmaids' dresses. They all pick what they want. I just picked the color and length. Then they gave me all the info, and I order it along with the groomsmen ties. Wow, you're taking on a lot of duties there, bride. This is to ensure they're all the same color and come from the same dye batch. I get it, type A. Just do what you got to do. Okay. October 8th, I texted our bridesmaid group chat and reminded everyone this is the month and asked when would be best for everyone. Everyone but Sarah responded saying anytime is good. I pitched 10/21 and everyone agreed. No response from Sarah. The following week, I texted in the group chat, Sarah, are you able to get your stuff to me by the 21st? She said yes. The 21st rolls around and I only have my MOHs, no biggie. I'm heading on a trip and won't order until Monday anyways. 10/21, I sent a reminder in the group chat and the two other bridesmaids apologized and sent over their dresses and sizes. Sarah sent over her dress only. So no size, no color or whatever. Mm-hmm. The next week, I texted her 4 separate times about it on Monday and Tuesday. She only responded twice, but didn't necessarily say when she'd send over the size. She mostly ignored it and was talking about how crazy her weekend was. Worst excuse in the world. I keep waiting patiently, but nothing. Friday, a week after we all agreed on, I send her a very long text about how I've been upset with her lack of communication. How it's adding unnecessary stress and all I really need is for her to communicate. Something like, hey, I'm sorry I've been slammed. I'll get you my size by blank. Then following through on it. I ended it with an ultimatum of get me your size by Monday at 11 or you'll be invited as a guest. I have yet to receive any sort of response. For a little additional info, I'm really not asking a ton from any bridesmaid. Just get me your dress info and pay for hair and makeup. I even made sure to book a stylist within everyone's desired budget. What are your thoughts? Am I being a bridezilla, or would this also annoy you?
Yeah, it would annoy the heck out of me.
Yeah.
Because it also sounds like she's paying for the dresses.
And
because she only mentioned that they have to pay for hair and makeup.
Yeah, just give me your dress info.
Yes. So not even is she just like, she's paying for it. She's going to take care of ordering it for you. She has done everything. And all you have to do is get her size.
Yeah.
Or like give communication on, this is why I have not gotten my size. Like, you know.
Sarah's giving me that member of the group project in class that
puts her name on the project, and that's about it.
Literally. She's like, and then when reviews come around, she writes like 80% for everybody but herself.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like, Sarah, you didn't even, you only showed up for the presentation.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, that's the vibes I'm getting from Sarah.
So no, I don't think that you're being a bridezilla.
No.
I think that I would have done the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I probably would have already
removed
her.
Yeah.
Just because, you don't need that extra stress.
Yeah.
March is coming up pretty quick. Yeah, no, she would be a guest.
I don't even like at this
pending guest.
I'm like, would
point.
she even be a guest if you're like wanting to fizzle out your relationship with her? To me, it's just not worth it. Like,
no.
At the point you get to your wedding, like, you are committing to a really big decision in your life. If you're willing to say yes to a person for forever, but you're not willing to let your friend know that you don't want her in your life anymore.
Yep. I
like
agree.
Something's wrong in your decision making process.
I
agree. I know everyone else, not everyone, but a lot of brides have probably gone through this, but I have learned a lot about myself, of the people in my life.
Oh, yeah.
I have had to tell people, like I said earlier, that they're not invited.
Yeah.
I have had to tell people they won't be bridesmaids. And I'm so glad I was able to make that decision before asking people, because it sounds like that would have helped avoid so many uncomfortable situations for this bride to have just not jumped the gun she forced her into it. Yeah, you're right.
And it's that hard part of like, automatically saying it. And what do? You just can't be like, well, we'll see.
Yeah.
And
let it linger.
But then also she doesn't have many bridesmaids. So it's not like there's 8 bridesmaids and it's okay if one falls. Like, it sounds like she only has like 4 bridesmaids. She said maid of honor, and then the 2 others sent her.
Yeah, you're right.
Right? So, I mean, she's one of 4. Like, that's a huge deal, you know? But no, I mean, even if let's just say if there's an update and she sent her size and the bride ordered her dress, there's going to be something between now and March. And could be bigger, it could be smaller, but it could be just as annoying.
Right.
Because it's just something so simple.
Yeah.
I mean...
And it doesn't mention anything about bachelorette party here. Like, she's just expecting them to do
hair and makeup.
Yeah, so it's like, if you can't even show up for like the bare minimum as a bridesmaid, you're off the list for me.
And it's not like she's trying to continue this friendship. So for me, I'm like, I would just not even say you have to get ties, but don't be worried about having a conversation, like actually confronting her and being like, why are you not giving me this information when I feel like all I've done is ask you for it?
No. Yeah. So to feel forced into, and she was like going to put her as a bridesmaid in the first place, but then like she didn't really have an option to think about it because she was forced into it. And it comes down to like the lack of communication and just so many wrong things about like, is that really the person you want standing by your side? And like, you should be having a little bit of reliance on them to help take stress off. And
definitely.
For her to be adding more stress is just kind of like the opposite of what her job is.
Yeah, because I guarantee wedding day there will be added stress because of her.
Right. Like, will she show up on time? Will
the
dress be altered?
Yeah, will she? Exactly.
Yeah.
Will she actually, if she gives you the size, is it going to be the right size? Is it going to, you can't really rely on much there.
So top comment from this is from Lemon Roll Rabbit. Love that name. Not bridezilla behavior. It's definitely annoying and delaying things. I'm confused how it's hard to get her size to you. Surely she knows it, and if she needs to give actual measurements, that's not difficult. The only thing I would say is ask her if everything is okay in her life. That's sweet of you, Lemon Roll. I was like, cut her out.
Yeah. Okay. That's also a great point.
Make sure your wedding and the excitement you have over that isn't making you miss if something is genuinely off with a friend. It doesn't sound like you're doing that, but sometimes people may feel this isn't the time to tell a bride they are struggling, etc. So perhaps reach out and check in. But I do think the deadline is a very fair offer. You've extended it already, and even if she has stuff going on in her life, taking 5 to 10 minutes to figure out a dress size isn't too much to ask at all. Thank you, Lemon Roll.
Yeah. Gave a good new perspective that we were not there for.
I was like, wow, way to remind me how savage I am.
Well, because, it would have been different if they were all having to purchase a dress and then, like, provide, like, oh, yes, I've purchased a dress. Because sometimes, like we've talked before, like, sometimes that's a lot of money sometimes for a bridesmaid. So if she was having to pay for the dress, but she couldn't financially afford it, and the bride was just kind of missing that would maybe be a different topic of conversation. But from what she said, it doesn't sound like she's paying for it.
And like, I would hope that Sarah would be able to advocate for herself if that was the case.
Exactly.
It's like, because I've told my bridesmaids, like, hey, this is what things are going to cost. Let me know if you need help paying for them, because I'm telling you this is what I want, so I'm not going to like demand you pay for it if you can't, you know? So
you're like, you're important enough. I want you to be there. So if you can't handle it financially, please let me know and I'll take care of it.
And it seems like this bride has been very communicative with her bridesmaids. Like the fact that she's got a scheduled out texting calendar and reminder calendar for her bridesmaids. Like,
just her dresses, And
I'm like, wow, bride, like you're even being the maid of honor right now. Like,
truly, she's taking on 2 roles.
Like really doing a lot, going out of her way. And I think Sarah just needs to take a step back and realize how much she is stressing out her friend on a day for a day that should be one of the biggest days of her life. And she should be helping make it easier at the end of the day.
I agree. So. Preach.
Wow, this was a fun episode.
Yes, it was.
I'm gonna need to like take a detox bath after this.
The dog one is still getting
Wash away the dog drama. I know, right?
I'm gonna go home to my puppies and be like, don't you dare ever cause drama.
Don't you think about it. Don't you go whispering sweet nothings.
I know. Gosh.
But anyway, thank you for coming in, Kayla.
Thanks for having me. This was so fun.
Yes. So if our bridal babes want to find more from you, more from Rust and Relics, plug where to do that.
Yeah, so my Instagram is Kayla C. Korn, Korn with a K, okay? And then at Rust and Relics, it's rust.relics on Instagram. Cool. We are constantly just posting all little behind the scenes of our wedding days and featuring all of our beautiful brides.
And you're on TikTok too, and you like to eat on your personal, you post about
I post a couple things here and there. That and like TikTok and like Target finds, but yeah.
Which is great stuff.
Yeah, I'm about to start doing like now that I'm 1 year removed from my wedding, like all the things that I still kind of regret that I did at my wedding or that I didn't do at my wedding now that it's been a year.
Wow.
So
well, let me know if you want to do an episode on that. Or like send me some, because I do think I want to do like top 10 regrets I hear from brides about. It's just such a painful thing to talk about.
It is.
But it's like you like, I don't want anyone else to have that regret. So let's put it out there.
Yeah, and it was one of those things where I was like, you know what? Like immediately I had my list, but I'm like, let's like take a breather. Yeah. Let's see if I still regret it in a year, and then if I do, then I can talk about it. It's not just something I missed, like a trend or something. Yeah. So I'm gonna start doing that.
It wasn't just like a heat of the moment, like
exactly.
Yeah.
Like I saw it on TikTok the week after my wedding. Why? No. So.
Okay. Well, bridal babes, make sure to go find Kayla, Rust and Relics online on your favorite platforms, and you can find us too because. And don't forget, the buzz doesn't stop here. You can find us too everywhere online on your favorite platforms, TikTok, Twitter, Pinterest, you name it. And we have new Bridal Buzz episodes every week. So if you liked what you heard today, make sure you turn on your notifications to be first in line for every new episode. Subscribe, like, comment, give us a review on Apple Podcasts, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.